Agnes Young's place on April 8th. We're sitting out in the sun enjoying a beautiful day. I saw a bunch of tree swallows today. Did you see the tree swallows? Tree swallows?
No, by gosh, no, I think Agnes did see a swallow or two out there the other day.
Yeah, yeah, they're coming out. So you think we're in for a real Jim Dandy hot summer, huh?
Yeah, we're in for a dry, mighty dry season right across the country.
Why do you think that, Wes? What tells you that? Why do you think
Well,
so?
just going through life like I have, been looking at it for 70 years.
A little more than that, haven't you?
More than that, but
94?
70 years that I've had an interest in it.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't start getting interested in it until you were 24, huh? You were 24 years old when you started getting interested in it. I think you're 94, aren't you?
No, in my 93rd year.
You're 93rd. So you figure with about 70 years experience, based on 70 years experience, we're going to have a Jim Dandy this summer, huh? A nice hot one.
Oh, I've seen it pretty tough though, boy. By the God, I'll tell you. In the hungry 30s, boy, around. One couldn't believe it now if they hadn't seen it then.
Yeah. Did you ever go for any number of days without eating? Were there any times you went without eating for a number of days? Did you ever go without food for a while? Did you ever starve for a while?
No.
You never did? You always got...
No, hell no. No, I never was. And I always had a job.
You always
and
had...
that's something that I can't figure out. And that's what's the matter with the young fella today. He damn well can't do nothing.
Yeah.
God Almighty, when I come out of, well, they called it high school there. Jesus Christ, I could read a plane, I could a square or anything. I'd take a square to level out, and I could measure the height of any damn tree or building that was on the God's earth.
Yeah.
You know, and I could go to work.
Wait, now, there we go. What was the bank manager doing? He was asking you something, Wes? What was the bank manager asking you? The bank manager here, he wanted
the bank manager?
Yeah, he came over here and talked to you about...
what? Oh, we did a... What the hell was it now? Harmon, that was his name, George Harmon.
Oh, Harmon Lake. Harmon Lake.
Harmon Lake, that
was named after
We named the lake after
Yeah.
Put on a big picture of like it's a lake, it's a new lake there. It's the Lawrence Gun Club and yes, the board of trade. Put them on a big flag here right there. And like.
Did you guys stock that for the first time, or were there fish in there always?
Oh no, we stocked it for the first time.
You were the first ones to stock it, yeah. Yeah.
But he was a great guy, though.
You ever know Doc McCaffrey?
Huh?
Did you know Dr.
McCaffrey?
He was a guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
A good doctor.
He was a mighty doctor, and he was a mighty fine man, too. But
yeah.
As far as the poor people was concerned and the Chinaman, that...
He wasn't looking for the money right away,
No, the money wasn't worth a damn, though.
He took care of people.
Get out and do something.
Oh.
Take care of somebody.
Yeah.
Chinaman, or it didn't matter what he was. And he'd get right after, too, and boy, when he started squawking, they started looking up, too, around here, I'll tell you, and in the government.
Yeah?
Right, boy.
He had a little bit of know-how and power, huh? Oh, there's some funny stories about him.
Oh, yeah.
He used to go up there and try to fish out those rough fish out of McCaffrey Lake.
Yeah.
The first lake, he'd sit there on the shore catching those rough fish. The squaw fish and the tench and stuff.
I was going to tell you something, but... No, something that just come to my mind about Harmon, Ben Minute. Now it's run away, but he was in on everything, though. He was really a citizen. Like a
Did he
fellow
belong to
like
the Fish
see
and Game
everything
Club?
going.
Was he a member of the Fish and Game Club?
Oh God Almighty, I'll say.
He was too, huh?
Oh,
Yeah?
Christ, yeah. When it started. Yeah, Harmon was a swell man, a swell guy, great citizen.
What would you
Hmm?
What would you say was the situation in the lakes when you first came here as far as fish were? Were there fish in all the lakes here, or did you guys have to stock a lot of them?
No, those damn few lakes that had any fish.
Yeah?
And Teola Sard and who was that other guy? And we got after them. I don't know how many lakes we stocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make no, like the Caffrey Lake out there. And
Yeah?
all them lakes on there, we stocked them.
Mm-hmm.
Club stocked them. Rod and Gun Summit Lake and all of them.
And you always stocked them with rainbows, right?
Hmm?
They were always rainbow trout, weren't they?
Yeah.
You didn't put brookies in,
Yeah.
just rainbows.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm interested in fly tying, making fishing flies.
Yeah.
What was your favorite fly? What fly did you use?
Oh, I go like crazy. Different times of the year, that's what you go if you're a fly fisherman. You got to go by the fly, the average fly that you see kicking around through the brush. And,
You try to match them up for color?
Mhm.
Match them for color and
Yeah,
size, right? Yeah. Did you ever use the Doc Spratley in those days?
Hmm?
Do you ever remember the Doc Spratley fly? Did you use the Doc Spratley at all?
I don't remember.
Or black gnat?
Oh, you lots of black gnats.
Yeah.
But I heard something on the, I was listening to the radio there, I don't know what the hell it was, and I heard something come up about this lake out here, Allen Lake. We call it, I don't know what the hell.
Yeah,
they call it
Aileen
now.
Lake, yeah.
And we had stocked it. And I was out there, and this lady, she was a big shot from the States, and they were up there, and she come over and she said to me, "You're native here, are you?" And I said, "Well, yes, I guess so." And
Yeah, I guess
she
so.
said, "Boy," she said, "I'd like to catch one of them big trout." And I said, "Would you?"
Yeah.
"Boy," she said, "Would I?" I said, "There's my canoe, get out of it. And there's my rod and tackle right there. Now you go over to that shore right over there."
Yeah.
I said, "And push the canoe, on the grass a little so it'll steady it. And you just start fishing there. And if you don't catch a fish there, you might as well go home because you'll starve to death."
Yeah.
So she went over and she caught a trout. It weighed something over 11 pounds.
Oh my goodness. 11 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
On your outfit,
Yeah.
on your fly.
And she landed them too.
Yeah.
I went over and when she was getting in, if they get in the weeds and get in next to the shore on you, they'll beat you every time.
Right, they'll snap the old
Yeah.
leader.
You have to keep them out in the open. God, I've so forgotten. I was thinking of her the other day and trying to think of her name.
Yeah.
But she caught this big fish, and there was a lot of big shots with them that day up here, and what the hell we were doing from the States. But she said to me, she said when I was going away, I left and had to go home or something. And she said, well, and they were going back that evening, but I had to come in here. You see, I was foreman on a damn road, But anyway, before I left, she come over and this big fish, and she said, "What do you do with it?" Well, I said, if you're damn well hungry enough, you'll eat it. And
Yeah,
eat that? I said, that's one of the best fish in the world.
that's for sure. I agree. I agree.
Mm. So she said, boy, and she said to her husband, and do you know how to cook a fish? He said, that's something I never learned from mother, how to cook a fish.
And she didn't know how to cook it either.
Yeah,
Oh,
God almighty.
11-pound Kamloops trout. Boy, I'd eat that any day, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I've had some great times. Met some fine people. But the best fisherman has got to be a Nova Scotian or back in that country. He could fish because if he couldn't fish, he didn't eat.
Yeah. They depended on it for their food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When my people come in there about 440 years ago or something,
Yeah.
there was nothing there but just them.
Yeah.
And you had to make her starve to death. Uh-huh.
Did you eat your share of deer too?
Hmm?
You eat your share of venison too?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Lots of venison.
Yeah.
Lots of moose, too.
Which would you rather do, hunt or fish?
Huh?
Which would you rather do, hunt or fish?
Oh, I don't know. Then, when I was younger, I enjoyed it all. I got more kick out of just walking around through the woods than anything else.
Yeah?
I was on the forest here. I was foreman of the department of the highway on the damn fire lighting outfit.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
See, but I guess I earned and paid for all I got. If hard work doesn't do any good.
Probably, you know, the reason why you're in your 93rd year right now is because of that. The people that don't exercise and get all that good hard work, they're the ones that pass away quickly, you know? Exercise doesn't hurt a guy, does it?
But you can, of course, you take my people, were quite long-lived anyway.
Oh, they were, huh?
Yes. When they come on to Newfoundland there, and that's 100 years before the old country knew there was any land in the Atlantic.
Yeah.
They come in there and they started, and they were making it themselves there, just doing fine, fishing, and so then the lady would come over, and it didn't do it any harm. It's a pretty smart province right today, and it's just a streak of wilderness. I mean, as wide as, oh hell, it's wide probably as from here to the highway up there, most places.
Yeah, yeah.
And they living out of it, turned out some very smart men.
Yes, they did.
The top solo singer in the world is a Nova Scotian, or Newfoundlander.
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that I was listening to it just the other night on that.
I met a couple of Newfies. I taught school with the Newfie for a while. I really liked them. Yeah, I thought they were great people.
Oh, they are the world champions.
They have a real interesting way with the language.
Hmm?
They have a real interesting way with the English language. The way they express themselves is so interesting, yeah? Did you ever drink any screech?
Hmm?
You ever have any screech? You ever drink any screech?
Oh, yeah.
You know? You had some, huh?
But them people back there, and I think of my mother, you know. I had one of the loveliest mothers that ever was born. She was just a beauty, and she stood about 5'7" or 8 tall, you know.
Uh-huh.
And boy.
You've told me before how much you liked your mother. You thought of your mother.
She educated herself too. Well, and my dad was an educated man. He'd come of a little richer family, and he got an education. He was Attorney General for a long time back east, and all that, into politics.
Uh-huh.
And then he got all crippled up. You never saw anybody crippled up as bad in your life. Just in a damn little snowstorm, and he was coming back from someplace, and he had the horse, there were no cars in it. He had this driving mare that he had. He thought she was the best in the world, and I guess she was as good as the best of them anyway, because she was a lovely animal. And, sir, it was 16 miles on the road from his camp to the first water place to get water. There was nobody lived long, just
Yeah.
And he got so cold, he got out to walk, you see.
Oh, yeah.
And the horse didn't pay no attention. She just
Took off.
left him.
Oh, no.
And boys, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know whether to throw the fur coat away or what in the hell to do with it. But he said he just kept poking along. And he said, here, I looked up. Said, Polly, he called. And here was old Polly coming back, just licking his splits, he said.
The horse came back to him.
Yeah, to get him.
Yeah.
He wasn't at the water hole to give her a drink of water.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
And
yeah.
she missed him.
Yeah.
So she went out back and found him.
So he got on again.
Hmm?
So he loaded himself on again.
Yeah, give her some water and come into New Zion. That was a big shots place, millionaires, you know. Well, I don't know what the hell business they had there now. There's New Zion. But anyway, he come in there in this big hotel, and it was more a summer resort, like, you know. And he come in there, and there was everybody gone but this one guy there. And, of course, the horse turned right in there. And this young fella looking after it, he took and put her in the shed and fed her, you know, and then he come out to see your dad was laying down up on the hotel, you know, up where the desk is in the hotel. He was laying down there in his fur coat. And,
Frozen.
yeah.
Frozen.
Yeah.
That's what did him in, you say?
Yeah, that ruined Dad. Of course, he grew around all right, but God, he was lame. Gee,
Arthritis or what?
yeah, rheumatism.
Rheumatism.
Yeah.
Oh. Too much exposure that night, huh?
Yeah.
Too much cold.
Froze. Too cold.
How many brothers and sisters did you have, Wes?
That's right. I had 3 sisters and I had 7 brothers.
There was 11 of you.
There was a dozen of us.
You were a dozen strong.
Yeah.
Is it really cheaper by the dozen?
Huh?
Is it really cheaper to have kids by the dozen?
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Yeah.
More fun, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we had a lovely home, everything. Our home was as big as this thing, and another one just as big alongside of it, and then a woodshed as big as the both of them on the other end of it.
You burned firewood.
Yeah.
You heated with
firewood.
wood. You heated wood, yeah. Yeah. Did most of them come west, or did most of them stay there in the old time? Did most of your brothers and sisters stay back there?
No, I had 2 brothers back there, but one was dead. He died. The youngest one, he died about 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
That happened to him. But I have a brother back there yet.
Oh, yeah?
Back there. He's running that outfit there.
Huh.
We've been in business. Him and I started it. Going. We've been in business 70-some years.
That was Young Brothers, right?
Young brothers, yeah.
Sawmill?
Oh, we had a sawmill and we had towboats and Christ, I don't know what.
Towboats, too?
Yeah, tow the lumber down the lakes, you know,
yeah,
and cut
yeah.
it away at the head of the rivers and
Yeah,
drive it in, and then they put a boom around it, what they call, had
Yeah.
these big logs, and
With
they had
chains.
chained together, you know,
Right.
They'd go around it and then throw it down, and then
Uh-huh.
they just open it and dump it into the harbor there, and then load it or sour up or whatever it was.
Was that pine you're talking about?
Hmm?
Was that pine you're talking about? What kind of tree? Pine?
Oh, spruce.
Spruce mostly.
Spruce and pine and fir.
Yeah.
And tamarack, too.
Yeah.
Tamarack were big there, that
Yeah.
country. That's the only place that ever saw any tamarack that was any size.
Yeah. Oh, there's some mighty tamarack over on the coast here.
Hmm?
There's some tamarack around here,
Yeah, I suppose.
but not too many. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Oh, all right. We just got finished defrosting the fridge. That's a big job.
I heard about it.
Oh, boy, that was
Yeah.
so iced up. It was
And
just...
do you know what he told me?
What?
If he was your boss, he'd have fired you.
No, that's what you told me. Don't you dare, Wes. Wes told me that.
No, I'm not going to stay out. I'm trying to get the builder smart. I want to get a gallon of white paint for that shed there.
Are they open though today?
Monday is not a holiday.
Today?
Yeah.
The kids are out of school.
Well, I phoned them and the line was busy, so they
Oh, it
must be
sounds
open.
like somebody's there then, yeah.
The line was busy.
Yeah,
I want to get a gallon of white outside paint for this
yeah.
shed here.
She's got a job for you, Wes.
No, he's not going to do it.
No.
He
Oh.
can't do nothing like that.
Oh.
He can't do anything, period.
Oh. Who are you going to do it? Are you going to do it?
No, the community services will send a man over to do it. He won't even go to the coast if he has a chance. For the kids in the car.
You're
know.
never too old to go fishing, Wes.
Mm.
You can always fish. Hunting, that's a different story, but fishing, the guy can always go fishing. As long as you can sit in a chair and hold your hand out.
Got no way of getting there. Got no car or anything anymore.
Can't see to drive anymore.
Yeah,
That's what
you don't
do.
drive either. No.
I
No,
used
she
to,
don't
but I
drive.
quit.
How about someday if I came and got Wes
That's fine.
and you? And we went up and sat on the beach there up at Allison Lake or something and fished.
It's okay by me.
Yeah. Wes, does that sound okay?
Hmm?
What about someday we go fishing on a
I
nice
don't
sunny?
give a damn.
Yeah.
Want to go.
Sure.
I don't know where my fishing tackle.
I got so many rods.
Wes has no rods anymore.
I've
He
got-
gave
Oh,
You know how many fly rods I got, Wes?
Linda took all my rigging.
I got 10
my
fly
daughter.
rods. 10 fly rods.
I got one rod there,
Yeah?
and there's nothing on it, I can say. Just cost me 100 smacking dollars.
Yeah. A good English rod.
Hmm?
A good English fly rod.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Well, that sun is mighty hot.
It feels good. We're just sitting out here toasting. Yeah. Well, we'll see you then. Someday we'll do that.
Okay.
But, every guy has his day. But I had some
What-
money tied up in some fishing tackle on it. But that rod, boy, that my daughter, she won't let nobody touch that.
That's right. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
And
one.
it's
Huh?
no hell-looking rod.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a fishing, it's a real fishing rod.
Yeah.
And by gosh, if I had it here today, I could put a little jack scot on or any little fly, and I could do that, and the fly would land down there at the hedge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. From here to that hedge.
Hmm?
From here to the hedge, that's 60 feet.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, that's 60 feet. Huh.
We used to practice, a bunch of us get together and go and practice and throw something out in the lake, you know, and then
Oh, aim at it.
see who could hook it with the fly, you know.
Yeah? Yeah?
Have lots of fun. We had.
Who were some of the guys you went out with?
Well, there was Gerald Burr, and then there was Italian family that lived alongside us. And I can't think of the damn name. Boys, they were wonderful people. Well,
They were nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to go fishing and hunting and everything together.
Yeah.
But That we lived at East Princeton then, you know. We had a nice home in East Princeton, and we moved in here because I got so dry and that bullshit. But so I gave Linda all my rigging, and by gosh, it's worth some money if she only knew it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see some of the old flies you had. I'll bet there were some beauties there, huh?
They're in a. She's got the book. I had a leather, like a pocket book, you know, a real fly book.
With wool inside?
Hmm?
With wool inside?
Oh, yeah, you just turned the page over, and there was, I think there was 6 or 8 flies on every page, you see, and you had your black gnats here, and your other here, and
Your Jack Scotts?
Mm-hmm.
Was the Jack Scott one of your favorites?
God, no, God. I spent quite a lot of money on fly fishing and fishing and cleaning out these creeks. My brother and I were the first guys to ever put a canoe down the Tularemine River.
Yeah, yeah. That would be quite an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That would be quite an adventure, yeah.
There was nothing to it. Of course, we were both canoe men. We'd all through all that north country, you know, right from the Arctic Circle right across there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's a funny thing, and I think of it, and just the other night I was thinking of it. We went up the other end of the country up north there where that big mine is, you know, and we went in there, and of course, around, well, there was nothing there much for us, but we were prospecting, you know, and looking, we thought we might strike something. So we started across that ice, you know, and I don't know how many miles it is, you know, and right out there, she just straight ice, boy. And we had the canoe, and
you couldn't put it in the water.
No, it was on the ice.
Yeah, you were skidding it along on the ice.
No, it was the slickest damn rig that you ever started out with.
What was that?
Because you could sleep in the damn thing and out of the wind and everything.
Yeah.
Good. So finally we could come across to where Diefenbaker, they call Diefenbaker Lake up there. You know where that is, don't you?
In Saskatchewan?
North there. But anyway, we come out there. We came ashore, and here was this old lady who was fishing, Indian, and she had one of that big trout. And he was catching trout up there, 6 and 8 pounds, you know.
Lake trout.
And she was cooking it, and we coming through the canoe down there, and boy, she looked at us. And she wondered how in hell we got that canoe over there. No water.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I sit there and couldn't talk to her. She couldn't say shit in English. But finally, this younger fella, I guess maybe he was a son or something, and he could speak a little English, you know. So then someone got talking to him, and he said, told his mother, he said, I guess that we should have a bed for the night. And all the beds I ever slept in, that was one of the nicest beds I ever.
Made out of boughs? Out of boughs off of trees?
It was all made of boughs, but boy, you just sunk into her and you could just sleep and be damned. God.
Did you have any of the fish?
Hmm?
Did you eat any of the fish?
Oh, sure, we eat fish there. She cooked fish. And then she sent the kid, he went away someplace, and he come back with some kind of a muffin or something, you know, a roll of bread together like about that long, you know. I don't know what the hell they call it.
I'll bet that was tasty, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was good. But oh, there were great people in that country, boy. The best in the world.
Hey, didn't you tell me she wanted your canoe?
Hmm?
Didn't you say she wanted your canoe? She wanted to trade your canoe or something?
No. She wanted... what in the hell did she want?
She liked
Oh, yes, she wanted to leave the canoe. She said, you can't pack the... Well, he did. She didn't. She couldn't say shit with her mouth wide open. And he told me, he said, you can't do nothing. What you gonna do with the canoe?
Yeah.
Oh, cheer, you got no car, you got no, you can't
Yeah.
run with a canoe on your back and all the time. And I said, oh, we'll get her, take her up to the station. They
Load
took-
her on the railway.
So took it up to the station, and what was his name? I got to know him very well after that. He said, we talked that over when we landed. And I said, all right now. And don't you go under something and tear that canoe all to pieces. You
Oh,
want
yeah.
to shoot you the first place to see you. And he said, I know that. He said, oh,
You could.
we went down, we got out. We got to where in hell did he go? What place? Sure enough, the canoe was there. So I was fiddling around there and there was an old feller there. He had this old Chev, one of the 24 Chevs, so we'll give you an idea what it was like.
Yeah, a little old, yeah.
And
What
do you-
year was this in, by the way? What year was this in when this was happening?
Oh, God, I don't know what year. it
The
was.
30s.
Oh, yeah.
At least the 30s, yeah.
Oh, hell, it must have been before the 30s.
Oh.
But anyway, I bought this 4-cylinder Chev. It was supposed to be a 24 model or something. I don't know what it was now. But God damn it, you'd drive for days and days. You'd never see another car. It was the only one.
Yeah.
And put this canoe on top of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we went around the prairie. Oh, we had a hell of a good time.
That was you and Mac.
Yeah.
You and Mac, yeah.
But when we built quite a lot of put fronts on houses for them, porches and everything.
You were a carpenter.
Oh, we're both good carpenters. both
Yeah.
of them.
And you were a machinist by trade.
Yeah.
You were a machinist by trade, yeah.
And we couldn't cut her. She couldn't be cut.
Yeah. You and Mac logged together too.
Yeah.
Out
we
here?
worked together all right.
Yeah. You were pretty close.
Hmm?
You were pretty close brothers. You were close
Yeah.
brothers.
Well, never had a word at all. Never had no trouble. Had 7 brothers. Never had a word with any of them in my life.
Is that right? That's something not many people can say. Yeah.
And Mac, he was a funny guy. He's a hell of a good man, and he could do any damn thing, first class carpenter. And then we'd go logging, and of course we'd get logging, and he'd say once, I don't know why in hell I carry you around with you. First I have to take you around the canoe, then I have to haul you around on the end of a saw through the woods, he said. And he gave me hell, just to be told. We never had a ugly word between us in our life.
That's great.
But he was a good guy and a good man.
Did he have a family?
Hmm?
Did he raise a family too?
No, his wife.
Huh.
He had no family. But he was a good man, boy, I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you something. When we come in here and there was no road, and I drove the first damn car in here that was in here. They had packed one in, or part of a car, packed it from Los Angeles and took it apart and packed it up over there, Thomas had taken. So I drove this damn Chevy
Chevy?
here.
The same car,
Yeah,
that 24.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in here, and of course, and the lady's living yet, the last of them. Mrs. Angstead, but she's in bed. She could tell you all about it.
Yeah.
So it was her that tackled me. The very first thing she done was come in and started bawling me out and pushing me around. Yeah, so we come in and it was some sort of a holiday or something. I don't know, it was uptown there. I had a big riding on, and York, that's the year York moved his store from Ashcroft over here to Princeton. and he was starting in there. So we went up there, and I met this feller I knew. He knew me, Jack Hume, you know. And he said, "What are you going to do, Wes?" And I said, "Oh, hell, I don't know. Put up a shack down there and lay down for the winter." "Oh, God," he said, "Do you want to go to work?" I said, "Well, if you can find any damn work, everybody in the world is out of work now." He said, "You know that I can get you a job and you can make yourself some money." I said, "Where in the hell is that?" "Coach, sawing fallen logs for Penticton Sawmills out here, Jura." I said, "It's a dandy camp, good cook." He said, "Good bunkhouse."
Yeah.
And boy, you can make her there. What, 75 cents a thousand and limb 3 sides.
Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah?
Yeah. Went down and went into York's, you know, and strictly cash, no credit. Of course, we had Buddy Mac and I, we never traveled around unless we had $500 or $600 on us between us anyway, all the time.
Yeah.
And he strictly cash. So I said to Mac, when we got this, they wanted to go out there sawing at 75 cents a thousand. He said, we don't make no money. We'll have some exercise, for Christ's sake. He said, instead of
and we'll eat
around.
Good. And eat good.
Sure, we'll go out. Yeah, we'll try that. So he went into York's, and I said, "You go into York's and get that stuff." And York had just opened up the day before. So Mac went in and this big sign, "No credit, absolutely no credit." So Mac said, so he came out and told me, and I went and I said, "What's the matter with our credit here?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Look, Jesus Christ," I said, "you wouldn't give a man some tools so you go out and get work and bring in some money. What the hell is the matter with you anyway?" That's what I said to the old man.
Yeah, to York, yeah. Yeah.
He said, "Gosh, you can have the world if you want it. If you're going to work, you just name what you want and I'll see you get it. In British Columbia, I'll get it for you."
Yeah.
You know, I got the saw, a couple of axes.
PV or two and stuff.
Went out to this camp that was out there. And they did, from the prairie, they didn't know a bit more about logging. Goose knows about God. So. But we went out there, but they had this lady who was running the cookhouse. She was a hell of a good cook, you know. By God.
You don't remember her name?
Yeah, Long, Mrs. Long.
Mrs. Long, oh yeah. Huh.
And we was working away there, you know. This old Hank feller from the prairie was driving the horses there. And he didn't know one end of the log from the other. He didn't know nothing. He was lost, you know.
Yeah.
And and sassy, geez, no, miserable as hell. But anyway, we started to work, and he left this horse jill poking. You see, that was his idea, was jill poking.
What's jill poking?
Yeah, and he left this damned horse just where we was going to start the fall, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I told his brother, dog was something. I told him, you would take that horse out of there.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I'm going to follow a tree up there. I've got to follow it up. It's the only place it'll go."
Yeah.
Dalt went and told him, and he said, "Oh, we'll let the horse stay there." And I said, "It's on you, mister. I'll show you a trick you don't know." So I just took this tree and it just come to hit the horse enough in the brush, you know, just like that. Scared the damn horse damn near to death. Jesus, did he go out of there? And he had to come clear into town here to get him. Run away. God. And then he said, you know, Jesus Christ, he'd fall a tree right on you as quick as he'd look at you. And Dalt, his brother, you know, Dalt and I had worked together before.
He knew you, yeah.
And Dalt, he just laughed to kill himself. He'd say, "By gosh," he said, "I don't know who's the worst, you or Hank." He said, "But I hope you don't tangle." I said, "Boy, if he monkeys around with me very much, there wouldn't be any tangling. He'll just be dead."
Yeah.
"What can you do? I'll hit him with a peavy."
Gee.
Anyway, we had lots of fun. Laughed anyway. Had a great.
Yeah.
And
Were the meals as good as they say they were?
Hmm?
Were the meals good in those camps?
Oh boy.
What would you eat for an average meal?
Hmm?
What would you have on the table for you when you came to eat?
Well, in the morning, Look, bacon and eggs, mush of any kind, different kinds of mush. Oh, and everything. A table boy, fit for a king, you know.
Really?
She's a wonderful cook.
Yeah.
A wonderful lady, too. And,
What would supper be like?
well, there's generally a roast, big roast.
A roast, huh? Yeah.
Supper. But we had a great time there. But after we got going, you know, they got in it. Then everything was fine, you know, because they were just from the prairie. They didn't know a bit more about logging than a goose knows about God.
Yeah.
And, but
They didn't have any trees on the prairie.
Hmm?
They didn't have any trees on the prairie.
No. And Hank, he was big shot. So he didn't move the horse, so he left him there, and I just put the tree just so the brush hit him pretty good and hard.
Gave him
on
a
the
smart.
side.
Yeah.
But had a pretty good sound to get the horse where you could catch him. And then did he rage, oh God, and I thought, Dalt, his brother, I thought he'd laugh himself to death.
Yeah.
He left, and he said, my gosh, he said, Wes, you're the first guy I ever saw that could ever move old Hank. That's what he called old Hank. They could move old Hank. He said, boy, you got his number. He said,
Yeah.
and poor old guy. And he wouldn't speak, so, and I was sleeping right alongside of him. He pulled the stove right up against the bed. And I was there 3 nights, boy, and the guy left way down the back. And I just grabbed the sleeping bag and right into this bunk, you know. And they had this feller, bulk hook, they called him. And he was supposed to tell you where to go, how to get there and everything. And he come in, and he come down, and he lit right into me. So, and Dalt, he was listening to it. And Dalt said, he said, I just was wondering how he was going to go out upside down, rolled up like a snowball or what, but I know he was going to get out of there damn quick if he kept mussing around with you. So I said, no, I would never do. You don't know no better. So he went over and he told him the camp would have done, so in over comes the big shot, Broderick himself, the guy that owned the camp.
Is that the same Broderick that has the son here now, Jack Broderick?
He's his father.
Yeah, his father, right, okay. So he came over to you.
Hmm?
So he came over to talk to you.
Yeah, he come over and he said to me, he said, have you got a good bed here? And I said, yes, pretty fair, I guess. He said, what went on here? And I said, hell, I couldn't sleep on top of that goddamn stove. I have to work in the daytime.
Yeah.
And he said, you just done exactly right. He said, just the same as I do.
Yeah.
He said, and you just, and anything that you don't take drugs or anything in here, you just come and tell me and they won't be here.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went and got going, you know. This big shot from Vancouver, two of them, great big men. And they were averaging 7,000 feet a shift. So Mac and I, we started out 75 cents a shift in them 3 sides. And took this saw and old Hank, he said, see the schoolboys going out. He said, that great big long saw, an axe and stuff. I think it was going to do something.
Yeah.
You know, and all.
Yeah.
So we went out and this big shot from the coast cut 7,000. We cut over 12, average over 12,000 feet a shift. Well, then they didn't know what in hell to do or what to say. You know?
Yeah.
So finally this guy, what the hell was his name? He was a damn nice man too, Coast Faller he was. And he said to Dog, that was Hank's brother, he said to Dog, he said, boy, he said, I'd like to see that fellow that files that saw. Lord, he said, you see him? He told me, he said, nicest guy I ever done a day's work with. He said, he'll even lace your boots up for you in the morning.
Yeah.
God, you can't bother with that guy. The only thing he said, you don't start pushing him around because he's liable to get straddle your neck. I said, that's so. Oh, they ain't that, you know. Well, then that's old Hank's horse. he took the shoes off, and the blacksmith was supposed to come out to camp from town here to put the shoes on. Got the shoes off the damned horse, the blacksmith. Got into with a rough horse or something, hurt his arm, and he couldn't come.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And there he was with no shoes on. And Mac, my brother, he was over there, was sitting with the rest of them. Now he was reading in the bunker. My God, I said, what in heaven's name we're going to do now? There's a shoe off the horse. Now, Mac said, go over and get West to come over and cork them damn shoes up, show you how to put them on. He said he'd quit standing under them and nail them on, but he'll fit the shoes up for you if you go and ask him. Oh, he said, you go. Max, the hell with you? He said, it's not my horse, I don't give a damn. You never get the shoes on. So, old Hank, he come over and sneaking along down.
To talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So he said to me, he said, Mac told me, he said, that was my brother, if I would come and see you, you'd go over there, you would go there and cork them shoes up for that poor horse. I said, well, I'd do anything for a poor horse. And he said, well, boys, he said, I'd like to get him shot. He said, we can't work him no more. So I said, all right, you go over and tell Mac to get a good fire on, clean fire, welding fire. And he went out and told him. So Mac come over and he said, you better get over there and fix them shoes up for old Hank. He said, if you don't, he's going to have a shit hemorrhage or something. So I went over. His shoes, of course they do. And he was said to the guy, do you suppose them damn corks would stay on, that toe cork would stay on there, he said, to this fellow. Well, he said, that guy that put them on thought it would. So we'll just have to take a chance on it. Hank, he said, oh, Lord. And I showed lots of horses. Fixed up a good many dozen pairs of shoes for them in my day. But he got the shoes on them, you know. And he told them, said, I just expect, he said, you'd be out there with no toe corks on them shoes at all. So I said, why didn't you tell him, Dalton? I said to Dalton, what his brother, I said, why didn't you tell Hank that I had to put the shoes on him that way so he wouldn't get up there if he's taking a drink of water and cut his throat with them? God, go that way. Well, he said, no, I'd cut about that much off the horse. It's been growing there for years, I guess. Never shot it. And so the damned old horse, when he got the shoes on him, he wanted to run away. And
he felt so good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God, and he did run away, too. The horse run away. He fell out of a tree and scared him, and he took off for town.
He could run again.
Yeah?
He could run again. He was shot properly.
Oh, boy, he was a lovely horse.
Yeah? What kind of horses did they use? What were they, Persians or Belgians or?
I
Clydes?
think Persians.
Persians.
Oh, yeah, they were Persian horses.
Yeah.
He weighed about 1,600.
Yeah.
Boy, could he move along, I'm telling you.
Strong horse.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to drive him, you know, you just told him, geez, go ahead or back up. You don't go and pull lines and this. You just told him what you want him to do, and he done it right then.
Smart horse.
Yeah, he was a mighty horse. But in those days, I think of them every once in a while. I think of the bunch, you know. But they had a hell of a time with me.
I'll bet you were always pulling jokes on each other, weren't you?
I took my car right in there, you know. Well, my brother, of course, he'd have to eat out every night with the car, you see. And so that went on pretty good. Finally, he come in to me, and he said, by God, Wes, you've got to buy a spare tire for that car. They blew a tire out on it. I said, why did you not buy another? He said, what the hell would I buy it with? I got no money. Well, I said, what the hell are you driving my car for? You got no money.
Yeah.
And I said, what about, well, George got no money. That was Broderick, you know, the young one. No, we've got to have a car, he said. I said, maybe you'll have. There's another maybe, too. Maybe you don't. He said, oh, don't do that on us. Well, I said, I'm not going to work like a slave here.
Buy tires for you guys.
Yeah, for just having a big time. I'm here, I want to get money enough so that I can get the hell out of here when I saw it out. So he told him. So then I took the battery out of the car and brought it over and put it under the bunk. And boy, they twisted everything. So this Broderick up here, he said to Mac, he said, you know, he said, I can steal that battery out of there from under his bed, you know that? And Mac said, well, God damn it, he said, if I get that poor, I have to start stealing off my brother.
Yeah.
He said, I'll be goddamn poor. I think I would be anyway.
Yeah.
So that stopped that, you see.
Yeah.
So we averaged over 12,000 feet a year. Clown bucked them.
That's with hand saws.
Yeah, crosscuts.
Yeah. Crosscut hand saw. Gee. Yeah.
I had a 7.5 foot. About the best saw that ever was made. What the hell is a racer anyway?
You know what?
Was
Jack Broderick had a saw of yours down in the old shop down here. In Evergreen Sports. He had one of your saws hanging up there. Yeah. Yeah.
But sir, we went in, we averaged a little over 12,000 feet a year. And them two big guys, big like you, they were up there. They were
I got the builder's mark.
Hmm?
I got the builder's mark.
Oh, yeah?
Open.
Yeah.
What?
If you had it to do over again, would you change anything?
Hmm?
If you had it to do over again, would you change anything?
I don't know. Oh, I worked like a damn slave all my life.
You worked hard. Yeah.
Worked the trade and Jesus, boy. That's when you work hard, is when you're learning the trade. They work the Jesus out again. Don't you think they don't?
As a machinist.
Machinist and carpenter.
Yeah. Well, they figure they got free labor then. You're apprentice. They figure they got free labor. You're apprenticing. And you have to satisfy them, right? Or you won't get your ticket.
And I fell in off a hotel there in Saskatchewan, where up there in the upper end of where the CPR had that coal mine. And they built a down there. Mac, he got job of putting a roof on the goddamn thing. So now I went up, never thinking, you know, I do things I never do no thinking about now. And I stepped on the roof and out on the roof, and a pitched roof like that. And then it was all frost, and Jesus, I fell 300 feet. Ooh. Lit in a great big bunch of brush like that.
Good thing you lit in the brush, huh?
Yeah. And boys and Mac seen me go, and boy.
He figured you were dead.
He said he just figured that's the last. But when he got down there, I was digging my way out of the brush. Went right back up with one door.
Gee. 300 feet.
Yeah.
That was a tall building.
Well, the building, you see, was up on the side hill. I fell out
on the down slope.
Yeah, down in the, what the hell they called it.
In the lilac bushes.
Hmm?
In the lilac bushes.
Yeah.
Some kind of bushes. Thank goodness they were there.
I don't know what kind of brush they were. They were damn good. And you know, and the funny thing, you see, if I'd have went in head first or feet first, you know, I might have got hurt.
Yeah.
But I just, right in, this guy was watching it. When he saw me fall, he jumped, and we were up in the hotel, three-story building, we were on, and he was watching. And I just fell just as flat, and I just went into the brush flat again.
Yeah.
Laid there for minutes or seconds. And he figured, you see, he was scared to come down here. And
Find a
get
dead
up
man.
And here I walks out, and Mac, he was there. Oh, he is a hell of a raid. He said, if you don't stay off that goddamn roof, he said, you'll get killed. But we made lots of good money, Mac and I. We made big money at times. Contracting roofing.
Did you ever have any other cars?
Cars.
Yeah, or trucks?
Oh, God, I've had all kinds of cars and trucks.
Besides the 24 Chevy?
Oh, yeah, I didn't have that very long. I traded that to come in, and I traded it. Not Moose Jaw. Someplace down. I traded in. What the hell did I get that first one I had, only the 4-cylinder, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
Wasn't very powerful.
So and I got another Chev, but it's a 6-cylinder. Oh, I've had lots of cars. Great George. McLaughlin. Ford. Yeah. But I done lots of driving in me down.
What was the best car you ever had, a Ford or a Chevy?
Hmm?
Which is a better car, a Ford or a Chevy, in your opinion?
Oh, well, you know, that's pretty hard today because from my wit, when I was with the government here for 36 years.
On the
road.
Yeah.
Because, they came in a bunch of new cars and Fords. Well, the guys would take the go off, and the next bunch come in with sales, and they did the bad, and they did the thing, but they wouldn't clean out of it because they go what I was all about. This was awesome. He got a great kick out of it on that.
He was a great man.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
No,
We've been lucky in this town. We've had good doctors in this town.
Oh, sure.
We've been lucky.
He was a hell of a good doctor.
Yeah.
One of the top.
Yeah.
But he was the last time that I saw him, and he had to tell me this story. And he said, you know where you was? It was the date anyway. Whatever. Do you remember where you were? No, hell no, I don't know where. He said, he was up on top of the hill out here on the 1 mile road, he said. And there was snow was 30 feet deep, he said. Yeah. And they sent you out there to clean it out. It was in the Meridian, but they couldn't do nothing with it. And you went out there to clean it out. So I went out and I cleaned it out. Oh, so. And the funny thing was that they could keep it on just that. I sent out one of the best snowplows that ever was in British Columbia out there for them to keep that road open because there's no road open here. If you go to Vancouver, you had to come in and go this and down across the line. Open. But anyway, this plow, and the first damn thing that Gibson done with it, you know, I don't know, Jesus, I never could understand people. And he wasn't a bad guy, you know, but Jesus Christ, he drove the goddamn plow right out in the lake.
He did?
Yeah.
And put it in the water?
Yeah.
Right through the ice?
It cost $380 some to get them to come in and block and tackle and take her out.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I phoned Dewart's, and they got it on for $32.09. That's the tax and everything. $32.09.
Well, that's about $29 before tax.
Yeah. And
Well, there you saved yourself
well, it's oil paint. It's oil paint, and if you get the latex, it doesn't stay on. It's not oil.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes right off with the weather.
Yeah. Huh.
And so I thought, well, then I phoned the Builder Smart back and canceled it, and he said he had cheaper paint.